Because silence is not weakness. It's control. It's awareness. It's the art of listening to what truly matters. The man who can remain calm when others lose control. That's the man who wins the war within. You see, the loudest voice in the room is often the most insecure. The man who constantly explains himself is the one still seeking permission to be who he already is. So stop chasing approval. Stop trying to convince people to understand you. Let your silence confuse them. Let your success explain what your words could never prove. When they insult you, stay silent. When they doubt you, stay silent. When they mock your journey, stay silent. Because silence is not the absence of power. It's the proof of it. A lion doesn't roar at dogs barking in the distance. He walks calm, unbothered, certain because he knows his presence already commands respect. Silence is your weapon. Use it when the world tests your patience. Let them talk, while you build an empire that makes their words meaningless. But silence is water. It cools the flames before they consume you. When someone disrespects you, your first instinct is to strike back, to prove your dominance, to shout, "You can't talk to me like that." But real warriors don't react, they respond. And sometimes, the best response is none at all. When you speak in anger, you build regret. When you stay silent, you build strength. Because silence gives you vision. It gives you clarity. It lets the storm pass so you can see the battlefield clearly. You must understand. Every time you react in rage, you hand your enemy control. Every time you speak before thinking, you lose ground. But the man who controls his tongue controls his destiny. The world will test you. People will push your buttons just to see if you'll break. Don't let them wonder what's behind your silence. Let them fear the calm before your storm. Remember, a warrior doesn't swing his sword at every provocation. He waits, he observes. And when he finally moves, he doesn't miss. Stay silent when you're angry. Because silence isn't surrender. It's preparation. Some people don't want truth and they want noise. They don't listen to understand. They listen to reply. And that's why you must learn the sacred discipline of silence. Because not every argument deserves your breath. Not every fool deserves your explanation. Let them talk. Let them think they've won. The wise man doesn't need to prove his intelligence. He just observes, smiles, and moves on. When you argue with ignorance, you become part of the circus. When you stay silent, you rise above it. You don't need to win every conversation. You don't need to prove you're right. You don't need to explain your purpose to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Silence protects your peace. It preserves your focus. And your focus, that's your weapon. Every word you speak costs energy, so stop spending it on people who can't afford to value it. Protect your energy like treasure. Sometimes silence is the most intelligent response. Because the wise man knows when ignorance shouts, truth whispers. And only those ready to rise will hear it. Because not everyone clapping for you is happy for you. Some smile with envy behind their teeth. Some wait for your next move. Not to celebrate it, but to sabotage it, so move quietly. Build quietly. Let your silence create mystery, and because mystery builds power, every plan you announce too early loses its strength. Every dream you broadcast to the wrong ears invites doubt. So stop telling everyone what you're building. Let them think you've disappeared while you're becoming unstoppable. Kings don't shout while building their empires. They work in the shadows. They plan in silence. And when the time comes, they emerge in glory, shocking the world. Silence isn't hiding. It's strategy. You don't reveal your moves to the enemy. You don't show your hand before the battle begins, so protect your plans like gold. Move with purpose. Speak with precision. And when you finally rise so loudly that the world realizes your silence wasn't weakness. It was preparation for dominance, and in those moments, silence becomes your medicine. Because in silence, you hear the truth beneath the chaos. You reconnect with the warrior inside. You remember who you are and what you're fighting for. The world is noisy. Social media screams for attention. Everyone's talking. Everyone's pretending. But the real growth, the real transformation, happens in stillness. When you sit alone. When you breathe. When you stop running from yourself. That's where peace begins. Silence isn't loneliness. It's alignment. It's where you hear your purpose again. Where you rebuild your strength. Where you understand that calm is not the absence of battle. It's the mastery of it. So when life breaks you, don't rush to talk. Be silent. heal, reflect. Because the comeback always begins in quiet rooms, the man who learns to be at peace in silence becomes unshakable in the storm, and when you master that, you become unstoppable.